Boy, you know what time it is.
Welcome to the Bromigos podcast.
I need it.
Hey, how are you?
This is amazing.
Is it on me? Is it on you?
It's on you.
It's on me? Oh,
Yeah, it's
what's
on
up, y'all? What's poppin'? It's your boy, Dame Money. You already know what it is, man. It's another episode of the Bromigos podcast. I ain't been on in a minute, but you know it's your boy, Dame Money. What's poppin'? What's poppin'?
This is the Hoochieman. We're back.
It's about motherfucking time we've been back. We've been gone for like, what, 2.5 weeks, 3 weeks now almost? God damn, it's the Undercover Brotha.
It's been too long.
We got lives. We got things to do, people to see. But
Hey, man,
we back
shit happens.
full swing. Let's get started. Let's get down to business. Let's break it down.
Where do we want to start? There's a lot that has happened since we last put out an episode.
All right.
Oh my
So,
god.
all right. Let's get some elephants out the room. First of all, R.I.P. OJ Simpson.
Get the fuck out of here.
All right. First of all, listen, hey man. If the glove does not fit, you must acquit. Okay. Let me tell you something. If he was found guilty, hey, maybe he did do it, but my man was found not guilty. R.I.P. OJ. Don't forget that man ran for 2,000 yards in one season. That man ran for over 13,000 yards in his career. He's an NFL MVP. He's a Heisman Trophy winner. Okay. I don't like how people love to break that man down, and he's like, he's a killer. Well, he was not proven to be a killer. Evidence being there or not, he was not proven guilty. Everybody knows the prosecution held that case wrong, but
Dante's just happy there was two less white people on the streets. That's all.
Oh my god.
that's
Oh my god. All right.
I would never say something like that, so that's crazy. But
Yeah, but it's one less waiter at the restaurant.
Jeff Ross is not happy about that if you watch the Tom Brady roast.
but I would, but on a serious note, and people aren't gonna like what I'm about to say on this. That's okay. In a way, I see OJ Simpson as a victim.
Oh, God.
I do.
For fuck's sake.
Now wait a
Here
second.
we go.
Wait a second.
He's the real victim out of all this.
Now let me explain.
Please do.
Let me explain. Okay. You have a man who at one point was the most loved man in America. He was the biggest athlete in the entire world at that point in the 70s. I mean, what OJ did in the late 60s and 70s is what all athletes are doing now. He paved the way for a lot of people. He was one of the very first athletes to have endorsement deals.
Yep, him and Hurts.
Him and Hurts, like Hurts literally shot off because of their endorsement with OJ Simpson. He was one of the very first professional athletes of all time to have their own signature shoe. What this dude did, and then afterwards got into acting. And then after that became a really, really big sports broadcaster on ABC. What are a lot of athletes doing now? Retiring, getting into movies, he was one of the first to really do it big on a major scale. And then all of his accomplishments, everything that he ever did, is succumbed to a situation where, whether people agree or not, he was found guilty of the crime. Now, did he have some shady behavior afterwards? Yes. Start hanging out with black people knowing damn well he ain't fuck with niggas like that. You know, telling people, well, if I did it, yeah, that shit's kind of shady. But
you have to understand where people are coming from when he does stuff like this.
No doubt. But when you get out of jail after being in there for 15 months, right? And you walk into a world that once loved you unconditionally, so you thought. gave you all the praise, showed you all the love. You worked so hard on the football field, on television, on the big screen to appease to those people, to please those people, to entertain those people. And when you get out, everybody turns on you. Family included, friends included, acquaintances included, fans, like everybody turns on you. Whether you like to see it or not, that's sad. None of us would know what that feels like. And then, of course, OJ's going to try to continue his same persona. That's all he knew. That's who he was. So then people are like, how can you act like this? Like, that's the person you used to love. That's the person you used to watch on Sundays. That's the person you used to see on TV. But your opinion of him changed because of a situation, whether you like it or not, he was proven not guilty of.
That can be said about a lot of people, though.
Right?
I mean, look, well, you know, to that point, I see a lot of similarities in Hunter. You might know this. I don't know if you will, Dante. You know who Chris Benoit is?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Okay. You don't know who Chris Benoit is. That's fine. I'm going to educate you a little bit. Chris Benoit is probably one of the most influential wrestlers, professional wrestlers of the early and mid 2000s. Put on some absolute bangers with the likes of Kurt Angle, Eddie Guerrero. The list goes on and on. He had a lot of fucked up shit going on in his head because of injuries and shit. A lot of concussions. That man, in 2007, went from being probably one of the most beloved technical wrestlers in the industry to being the most hated man ever because they found out that he killed his wife, their youngest son, and himself. And for years, it has been a debate in the world of wrestling whether or not Chris Benoit deserves to be recognized as one of the greats of all time because of what he did. Now, the difference is, unlike OJ had to face a lot of that scrutiny because he was still alive after he got out. Benoit didn't. He's dead. Murder-suicide. It's all said and done. We'll never truly know what was going to happen, what was going on in his head, because he's not alive to tell it. But I find a lot of similarities in that sort of argument where it's like, who knows what could have happened? A lot of conspiracy theories kind of formed about it. People thought someone killed Benoit and his family. I think that's been proven to be defunct. But
it also changed the industry too. Not only that, because it's what led to WWE going into the PG era the next year, because they did an autopsy on his brain. He had like stage 4 CTE, and his brain was like similar to an 82-year-old with like dementia. It was bad, really fucked up.
I think on top of that, they also inspired WWE to take concussions a lot more seriously too. So like that whole scenario changed the entire world of wrestling for as we know it today, which is wild to think about. So, I mean, he may not have had the belovedness and the brand deals like OJ had in the 70s and 80s, but he was a pretty well-known figure. I mean, he was a world champion for a period of time. So it's like, I see a lot of similarities with those debates that people have about OJ. The same thing with Chris Benoit.
The juice is loose, y'all. The juice is loose.
Yeah,
he's free.
No, the juice is now in the ground. That's where he is.
He's free, baby.
The juice is spilled all over.
The juice spilled all over the place. Hey, can we move on from Well, we got to move on from a morbid note to a little bit of a happier note. Can we just give a shout out to Panama Red, man? Give a shout out to Panama Red. We're unks, baby. Panama. The Bromigos are unks. We love it out here.
Wait, which button is it? Nope, not that one. Nope, not that one. Yeah.
Well, I don't hear anything.
Oh, damn.
Whatever you were doing, I hope it went through on the audio. But
wait.
Oh, there we go. Yeah.
Hey!
Hell yeah, Panama.
So shout out Panama. We got Baby Zoe. Baby Zoe is out here. We're uncles, baby. So shout out to Panama and his fiance that we had no idea that they were fucking engaged.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. He's back to being on diaper duty now.
Yeah. Yeah. Damn, yeah. Congrats, Mike, man. That's an amazing thing, man. You're a girl dad. That's what Kobe wanted us to be. That's what Kobe wanted us to be.
Hell yeah.
Rest in peace. Oh man. Can we also just make the whole but I want to say argument, the conversation that Mike is now like a changed man. Like the way he's been in the group chat over the last couple weeks leading up to this has been
sucks,
like,
doesn't it? It sucks.
He needed to mellow out. He was a bit of a hard ass sometimes.
Nah, man.
It's a whole new perspective on life.
Man. Nah, he be getting all philosophical and shit in the group chat. I'm like, yo,
Listen, first of all, Mike, that's my fucking job.
Miss me with that. You know, like I miss Mike when he was on the bullshit. I miss that Mike. But then again, he's what, 68?
Oh my god! Oh, you catching strays like that? That's unreal.
Oh fuck!
That'd be impressive if a 68-year-old could still be churning out kids, man. Damn.
Right.
Oh man.
Listen. Black dad. I love that.
Black dad and the present for his kids. That's what we like to see.
Oh, you thought that was funny, huh?
I was just making a point. It wasn't about being funny.
Nah, see, bro. See that's that shit that I'm talking about, bro. You need to watch that shit. I'm not even fucking playing with you right now, dog. Nah, I'm playing. But
I knew you were playing all the time.
I knew you were playing too. I'm just like, listen.
He's like, yo, I'm serious, man.
You should have gone into acting.
Serious.
You really should have gone into acting. You know that, right?
Niggas ain't know I used to be an actor. Oh, y'all ain't know. Y'all, that's right. Y'all ain't know that, Dante. You didn't know performing arts private school, Dante. You didn't know that. You didn't know that.
Listen, you should have just been an actor. You could have been the next Denzel or something. Crying out loud.
It's funny. I thought about getting back into acting when I got back to school.
Mm-hmm.
It's just like, see, I know I couldn't do it because I wouldn't want to show. I wouldn't want to like put in all that extra work. Like if I'm gonna do something, I gotta commit to it. You know what I mean? And when I would do plays back in the day, like I never studied my lines. I went to rehearsal, I did it, and then I went home and I chilled. And then my dad, my mom were like, "Oh, you gonna like? Have you been reading your lines? Like, have you been?" I was like, "No." And I was always a main character. Like I was the Tin Man in the Wizard of Oz back in the day. Like I was always a main character, so I had a lot of lines, but I never studied that shit.
Whoa! So they had you painted as Tin Face?
Oh,
you were portraying Tin Face?
Oh no!
No, shut up!
Oh, we ain't going there, Matt. We ain't going there, Matt.
We're doing that. Nah, but like, I had the whole John going on, bro. Like my whole face painted silver, bro. And I tell you, I would never study my lines. But when the curtains opened up and it was showtime, motherfucker, I put on the show.
Did you improv that shit the entire time?
I put on a show. What?
Did you improv like that whole time?
What are you talking about?
Well, you didn't read your lines.
Like, if you didn't read your lines, how did you memorize them then? Did you just
I just did them in rehearsal. I just did them in rehearsal.
Holy shit.
That's a natural talent.
I mean, that's a talent. I mean, I'm not going to hold you. That's a talent.
When it comes to acting and performing and being on stage, that's a natural talent for me. There's no situation where I'm up there on stage and I'm like I don't get nervous. Like I feel better in bigger crowds for something. Like small, I can't do small crowds. Makes me mad uncomfortable. Makes me extremely uncomfortable. But you put me on stage with like 500,000 people, I'm cool. I'm good. I'm comfortable.
Could you imagine if we started doing like live shows, like other podcasts do when they get a little bit bigger?
They not ready for that. They not ready. They'll be turned into a comedy show, my brother. I'm telling you.
It would be.
Then we take it on the road and we go to Germany. You know
God.
Uzbekistan.
Jesus.
All right, you know what? Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's talk about this beef real quick so we can move on to the next thing because I'm over it. I'm over it.
Can I be honest? I'll say my piece quickly because I don't have a whole lot to say about it. I've listened to a few of the songs. I haven't been able to listen to all of them because there's just so much shit that's getting put out that I just can't keep track of it sometimes. But I have it written down somewhere in our notes. I think Kendrick, based on the songs I've heard, I think Kendrick is winning by quite a bit. This is my humble, honest opinion, and I'm not going to pretend I know I'm the know-it-all if of rap, but I'm just really glad that hatred is back in hip hop. That's all. It reminds me of the old days. I just don't want nobody getting killed, but I'm just glad that pure hatred is back in hip hop for once.
Wow, you a hating ass nigga. That's crazy. That's
Listen,
wild.
the best disses came from hate. Okay, you're gonna tell me hit 'em up wasn't off of pure hatred. You're gonna tell me no Vaseline. You're gonna tell me dollars and cents wasn't on pure hatred for MC8 by DJ Quick.
I was listening to No Vaseline and Hit 'Em Up last week. I wasn't even listening to this shit. I was bumping. I was like, I need to hear a real diss track when people just get mad disrespectful. Mad disrespectful. That's why I fucked your bitch. Like,
Bitch, you fat motherfucker.
That's what we starting with. That's why I fucked your bitch, you fat mother. First off, fuck your bitch in the clique you claim. West Side Ride or Die, come and quit with game. Well,
Claim to be a player, but I fucked your wife. We bust on bad boys, brothers. Fuck for life.
Yo.
I had to improv that one line there.
Oh my god.
I wonder why you had an improv there.
God.
Yeah, right.
Oh my god. Are you serious? Drake nor Kendrick was dropping some shit like that. I ain't gonna hold you. But there's only one diss track that I've heard in the past 10 years that I thought was like, oh yeah, it's the shit. That's back to back. Drake definitely had the best diss track of the past decade. There's no doubt. That shit was different.
Now hold on a second. You're gonna have to educate me. Back to back was against who?
What, Drake and Meek Mill?
Oh, I was against Meek Mill. Okay.
That was the original beef. That was the big beef. I mean,
I don't even remember that beef.
Oh, not summer 2015? Oh, my. Well,
pretty much I wasn't even paying attention to rap at that point.
Oh, my God. Meek was upset because Drake didn't support his album and all kind of shit. Then he said some wild shit. Then Drake came back with Charged Up. Then Meek dropped War Pains and Drake dropped Back to Back. Back to Back set the world on fire.
Yeah, but then they settle it and then they were on a song.
Yeah, they settled it like 3 years later. Settled it 2018. They settled it 2018. Yeah, but
I thought that song was called Back to Back.
Nah, that's Going Bad. That's Going
Yeah,
Bad.
Going Bad.
Yeah,
okay.
Meek Mill actually referenced Back to Back.
Back to Back. Yeah, that's what I remember from it.
Yeah.
Honestly, so like, the only rap beef I remember from like the mid to later 2010s was Eminem and Machine Gun Kelly.
Yep.
That was like the other big one that went along, and I
shit.
That was the children having their fun with the rap beef.
Eminem didn't have to do that boy like that. Eminem did not have to do that boy like that.
So this is where I kind of want to segue instead of us just like talking about and dissecting the beef, because everybody's fucking done that. Shout out to my boy Delvin Cox, because Delvin did a great episode with my buddy B Rob and someone else recently. I kind of want to discuss the whole idea because I see the argument being made that Drake is making diss songs for the club to dance to, while Kendrick is making songs just purely off of hate and disdain for the other person. And I'm saying to myself, it got me thinking back to that beef with, MGK and Eminem, where I'm like, I think Rap Devil was the better song, but Eminem had the better disses, so to speak. So I don't know. What do you guys think about that? Are we making diss tracks now for the clubs? Because if that's what Drake was trying to do, I think that kind of comes off a little bit lame, in my opinion, because that's not what I think a diss track should be used for.
Well, if anything, they're playing not like us in parties, clubs, all over. They were playing it the other day. I forget what NBA game it was. They were going to halftime or whatever, and then in the background they were playing his song.
Yeah, it was on ESPN. I heard it at a bar the other night. Pennsylvania, Bumblefuck, Pennsylvania.
Bumblefuck.
Yeah.
Oh, is it Northeast?
Yeah. I mean,
that's surprising.
I think this is what I think about all that you had just said the last thing that you know, all that stuff, all that good stuff. Listen, Drake has a sound, and I don't really think no matter what beat he really hops on, it's gonna be kind of like a club hit. That's just the realm he's in. That's the world he's in. So when it came down to the diss tracks, if we're comparing the two being clubby, Kendrick more so had the club hit with Not Like Us. Family Matters was actually a really good diss track. It was a really good diss track. That shit really could have ended it all if Not Like Us hadn't dropped. I mean, Meet the Grams hadn't dropped right after. Because Meet the Grams was good too. I think Family Matters is better, but because it dropped so fast, it was like you couldn't build any hype for Family Matters. And people are listening to Family Matters. They are. It's a good song. It is a good song. It's a good diss track. Good diss track. Got some good jabs in there. Got a bunch of good jabs in there. He really does. Only line I don't like, and they talked about this the other day on Ebro's show, on Apple Music, and the line where he's talking about you rapping like you're trying to free the slaves, like you're trying to get the slaves freed, like nigga, what you doing? What are you doing?
Go back in time.
Now listen. I'm not mad that he said it. What I'm ticked off about, not ticked, that sounds crazy. That's crazy. I'm not gonna say ticked off. What I'm just kind of pissed about is that Drake literally played right into what Kendrick was trying to say, that he's a colonizer and he bites off black culture. You walked right into that one, bro. Drizzy walked right into that one. I ain't gonna lie to you on that. He walked right into it. But I want to talk about this though. Okay.
Before you do, can I say one other thing? No. This will be quick.
Okay, go ahead.
He also walked into the whole pedo allegations with the whole Millie Bobby Brown thing.
I don't agree with that.
I think he walked into that a little bit.
Nah, I don't think he walked into that one. The reason why I don't think he walked into that one is because that's just something that people have been saying for the longest time. And Kendrick had mentioned it, so he's like, "All right, let me debunk all this shit," because that's really been the biggest thing that's been on like on his plate. That is like, nigga, we heard some shit. What you Millie? Like, so I think people can interpret it any way they want to. I think they can. But back to what I was gonna say, Kendrick. Kung Fu Kenny.
PG Lang,
fool. I got a question, man. I got a serious question. How you gonna let this nigga talk about your wife and your kid and say that one of your kids ain't your kid? How you gonna let another dude say that about you to the entire world and you don't have a reaction? Your wife don't follow you on IG. She don't even follow PG Lang on IG no more, but she follow Dave Free. I heard one of them kids might be Dave Freeze. Don't make it Dave Freeze. Like, come on, man. You're not gonna say anything. This is what I was talking about with Mike last night.
He's probably in the studio writing something about it as we speak.
It's too late for that. No, it's too late. I don't want another diss track from either of these dudes. It's over. I don't. It's too long. First of all, Kendrick took too long to respond in the first place. But thank God his response was valid. But he took too daggone long. At least Drake is quick with it. Now, he redeemed himself when he dropped Meet the Grams after Family Matters. But I mean, dude, you gonna let somebody talk about your family like that and you just gonna I'm gonna just let it rock, man. Like that's wild. That's wild. And then say that you beat on white women. You're not gonna defend yourself. Do you beat on white women? Because I've seen videos. I seen the videos, and the girl said in New York that you hit her. White chick. Said she got hit. So like, Kendrick, you accusing him of some shit you heard on Twitter. Nigga, that shit real life.
What were you going to say, Hunter?
I wanted to talk about this line from the last one. What was it the Heart Part 6 or whatever? The last one from Drake. Where is it? Oh, there it is. If I was fucking young girls, I promise I'd have been arrested. I'm way too famous for this shit you just suggested. No, not too famous to... not too famous for this. Harvey Weinstein did it. Bill Cosby did it. It is allegations at the end of the day, don't get me wrong, but you're not too famous to get away with it or to have it slipped under the rug or something. Like, come on.
I think he's saying he's too famous to be doing that shit. I think at this point
that's
now,
what I pick up from that too.
Yeah, I think at this point now, there's just all these damn celebrities just getting being accused of that shit. Have you heard about that conspiracy about like when you go to the Met Gala, you like selling your soul or some shit? Like
I know that there's other Hollywood-esque rumors about that, but I didn't know it was specifically.
Is that what Ben Simmons did?
Oh, by the way, that fucking meme's going crazy on our account.
Bro, Ben Simmons is such a fucking loser. Spent more time at the Met Gala than on an NBA court. It's ridiculous.
No, but they saying all this crazy stuff that like, oh yeah, one lady said on IG's like, we don't know what's going on behind those closed doors. Anything could happen. Why do you need to know? You don't make enough money to be there.
Ooh, damn.
I'm not even trying to be a dickhead. I'm like, why is it?
Now hold up. Was it a white woman that said that?
I don't know who it was. I just looked at the comment.
It was a creature.
It was a lady. It really doesn't matter. It's like, I don't know why people are so enthralled with like celebrities' personal lives. It's just thrown at us, but then people feel the need, or like, oh yo, I have to be involved in this. I have to know what's going on in so and so's life. Like, I'm a big Drake fan. I don't want to know what's going on in that nigga's personal life. I don't care. I don't give a fuck. That has nothing to do with me.
We just let the tracks tell us what's going on in his personal life, apparently, because everybody else seems to know.
Yeah, like,
I know we're not supposed to get involved in like other beef and shit, and I know we just brought up Met Gala, but I just put it in the group chat. Can we talk about Kim Kardashian and why she is like trying to kill herself with her fucking corset waist thing? That doesn't look anything good at all. That was at Met Gala, by the way, so that's why
Right. I think she has some ribs removed. That's right. That's right. I'm starting rumors, bitches. That's right. I think Kim Kardashian had her ribs removed because that is ridiculous.
Let me see if I can pull up a video.
Her waist looks like her waist looks like it might be 12 inches.
I don't know where I put the video. I lost it somewhere, but there's video of her like struggling to move at Met Gala because of how fucking tight her waist is now.
No, that's probably because of the dress, but it's probably
the waist on top. Well,
that is
why? Like, why do people need to do that?
Wait. Are you sure this wasn't edited? You sure this wasn't?
This is real. That's real.
Just so everybody knows what we're talking about. If that's
you pulled the right picture too, my man.
Like, that's not even attractive at all. That's disgusting.
I mean, it makes her ass look fat.
Yeah, but
I ain't mad about it.
Yeah, we know Mr. Horny.
There was nothing wrong with her before. She already got a whole bunch of fucked up plastic surgery and shit with her tits and ass and whatever. But now we're making why is the waist going down here? Why?
Nah, but I'm like,
because body dysmorphia is a very real thing.
It literally looks like you could grab it with like one hand, like grab her around the waist like a freaking Coke bottle or something. That don't look healthy, man. That's terrible.
No.
Oh man. Oh
man. Like I just said, body dysmorphia makes us do ridiculous things to ourselves that may or may not be super healthy for us in the long term of things.
Matt, if you put that piece on TikTok, I hope you know we're gonna get destroyed by women everywhere. So
not from what I said.
So make sure. All right, guys, gentlemen, start your engines.
It's a racing reference. I like
it. Ladies and gentlemen, the debate of the week. Oh, yeah. I would wait a long time to talk about this one, y'all. We got a Knicks fan. We got a Sixers fan. And only one of these niggas is still in the playoffs. So, guys, it's time to break it down. It's time to break it down. Okay. Now, my first question for both of you is, why do you think the Knicks are still in the playoffs and the Sixers aren't? But I want to hear it from different perspectives. Matt, you tell me why you think the Sixers aren't in the playoffs right now.
I don't think they had the heart. I'll be honest. I don't think they had the grit. I don't think they had the heart. I think every time Joel Embiid was on the court, even though he was putting up some crazy numbers every couple of games, I could see it in his eyes that he looked like he was defeated before the game was even over. Well, that's my honest opinion. I think the Knicks showed more heart, showed more grit. I mean, everybody's been making the jokes on Twitter the last couple of weeks during that series that we're just going to win. We're going to win and go to the Eastern Conference Finals based on the power of friendship alone. Like, this team is tight, man. These boys are willing to die for each other. I don't think the Sixers could say the same. I mean, Tyrese Maxey's willing to die for everybody because he was the one actually doing anything for most of that series, in my honest opinion. I think Embiid wants out of Philly at this point. I wouldn't be shocked if he leaves at the end of his contract. So that's my perspective on it to answer your question.
Hunter, your perspective.
All right. I will say the refs did have a good bit to do with that.
Same fucking. I'm not gonna say anything.
Yeah.
Same fucking.
Hey, I let you. No, shut the fuck up. I let you talk. Now it's time to
I'll stop talking. I'll stop talking. All right.
I didn't even talk about Tobias Harris putting up a fucking goose egg trying to one-up Ben Simmons for worst performance in a playoff game in Philadelphia. Also, talk about Joel Embiid had no heart. I could see it in his eyes. Motherfucker, half his face wasn't moving. Battling Bell's palsy. He's got a fucked up knee and a fucked up foot and a fucked up everything going on down there. He's playing on one leg. He showed up. Tyrese Maxey showed up. Batum had his appearances, okay. Kelly Oubre, he had his appearances, okay. Buddy Hield showed up in game 5, game 6.
Hunter. We're supposed to be talking about why the Knicks are still in the playoffs.
Oh,
right.
So I'll go back to it.
Answer the question, Hunter.
I'll go back to it. The refs. I'll go back to it. Yeah, my bad. Oh, you know what? Well, let me reenact what Jalen Brunson. Whenever he's got the basketball. Oh, I got a defender behind me. Huh? Okay. All right. Oh, foul! Foul!
That's
ref,
his argument.
Ref.
That's his argument.
Yeah, but that happened twice. The NBA was supposed to get rid of that rule when Trae Young did it. I guess we forgot about that, even though it was fucking 3 years ago. Hey, look, defender behind me. Oh, let me back up on him. Let me back up on him, man. Boom! Oh, ref, he hit me. Ref, he hit me. That's why the Knicks are still in the playoffs. And I just put the article in the group chat like an hour ago. Knicks fans and the coaches, they have the audacity to say that Jalen Brunson is not getting the same amount of calls in this series with the Pacers, but he has been to the free throw line more times than any player in this series. And you're talking about how the Knicks aren't getting calls when... I'm pissed. Because it should be 1-1 right now between the Pacers and the Knicks. It's going to be 2-1 tonight. There's no OG Anunoby. There's no Jalen Brunson. You're fucked.
But Jalen Brunson wasn't ruled out. Not that I saw.
He's going to be out. He's going to be out.
You don't know that. That hasn't been confirmed.
That has been confirmed.
By who?
All right. Let's not get ahead of ourselves, gentlemen. We're having a debate here.
Okay.
Debate.
Yes. Right. I'll be good. I swear.
All right. Next question. Where do the Sixers go from here? What is the next step for the Philadelphia 76ers moving forward after yet another playoff run where they unsuccessfully make it to the Eastern Conference Finals? Matt?
I think they have to look deep within themselves and ask themselves, what players do we actually want to keep on the team that give us value? I think Maxey needs to stay by any means necessary. I think his performance in game 5 was proof enough that he is the sole reason you guys did not lose that game by a country motherfucking mile. Keep Maxey by any means necessary. I think you need to move on from Embiid. I think Embiid if he has not done anything for you since you have drafted him, the process, everybody's touting about the process. The process, in your opinion, died many years ago, Hunter, but I think the Knicks pissed on its fucking grave with this series. Yeah, you need to move on from Embiid, in my opinion. The only thing he's ever gotten for you is a MVP award. That's it. No, not even an Eastern Conference Finals. Not even that. Move on from Embiid and definitely get fucking Tobias Harris's ass out of there. I don't know why the fuck you guys still have him on your team. That's just a few of the list. I think I don't even know if coaching would even be I don't even think you could even move on from coaching because it's just the guy's first year as a coach. I forget the guy's name. Your head coach,
Nick Nurse. You don't know who Nick Nurse is? Well, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm mediating. My apologies.
Yes, Listen, I forgot his fucking name. What do you want me to do? I am not good with that shit. Okay. Nick Nurse. I think you probably can keep him for another year. I think the league is getting way too comfortable firing coaches after 1 year or 2 years. Just look at what happened with the Phoenix yesterday. Vogel's out after 1 year, which I think is a little ridiculous. Yeah, I think they need to give him another year or two to really build the team because I think the team you have now isn't cutting it.
Hunter, your retort?
There's rumors out there of who they're going to sign because there ain't no way Tobias Harris is coming back after putting up that goose egg. I don't give a fuck what Daryl Morey says. If he re-signs him, I'm out. I'm not doing this shit anymore.
You said that last year.
Yeah. Okay.
Matt, mind your words. It's not your turn.
I do think they need to bring back Kelly Oubre. He had his moments, but he did more than Tobias Harris on a way cheaper deal, but he's going to want more money, which he deserves. Nick Batum said it for a while, not publicly, but I was like, man, imagine if the Sixers had Nick Batum. And he had his moments. He did show up and provide a little bit of defense and was able to drill threes whenever needed. I do feel like he should come back. They need to sign Maxey to a deal.
No. I'm actually saying it's in defense of you. I will say this much: the one
Matt, no.
No. I want to make a good
No.
point really quick. I just want to make a really good point.
No points will be made on your behalf. It is Hunter's turn. You had your shot.
After.
Thank you.
Okay.
The Buddy Hield trade, when he did play, phenomenal. He had 20 points in Game 6. Tobias Harris had 0 points. I don't know why they didn't put him in the third quarter at all. They only had him in the fourth quarter for 6 minutes, and then they put him aside for Tobias Harris to drop a goose egg. Kyle Lowry, see ya. Paul Reed, we got 2 more years of that. Campaign, good bench guy, can make threes. Joel Embiid, I say this year is the last year we experiment with this. If he doesn't get any better, health-wise, whenever you're in the most crucial part of the season, then the regular season and then the playoffs, if he can't stay healthy there, just end the experiment. End the experiment, ship him off to whatever team needs a center, and then just build the team around Maxey.
All right.
May I counter retort really quick?
Matt, you have 30 seconds to retort. Continue.
Yes. I will just say, if it wasn't for Nick Batum in Game 5, basically causing Jalen Brunson to miss that shot, I think you guys would have lost that game. That's all. So Nick Batum did actually do something that I noticed in the series, and that was that. So big ups to Nick Batum, which is 9 letters in his name, by the way, Hunter, not 8, like you said previously.
You said Nick Batum. The way I saw it was N-I-C Batum, not N-I-C-K Batum or N-I-C-O Batum.
All right. Next question, guys. Can the Philadelphia 76ers successfully build a team around Tyrese Maxey if Joel Embiid decides to depart? Hunter, we'll start with you. Matt, shut up.
I say yes. And of course, it all depends on who they bring in, because they're not going to draft their next replacement, because they're trading away draft picks left and right. And with the way they're finishing, they're going to have like a pick in like 20th, 21st, somewhere around there. It's not going to be a low pick where they could get someone like, I don't know, Wembanyama, first overall pick, or like a top 5 or top 10 pick. So they got to go out and they got to trade whatever other picks they got for like 10 years down the road, or they use their money wisely in free agency. Now, this free agency, there's rumors about Jimmy Butler coming back, Brandon Ingram, Paul George. Guys are but as long as you build to center it around Maxey, whether it's getting more depth on the bench or whether it's getting another center, because if they do move on from Embiid, they're going to want to trade him. They're going to want to get some salary back. You need to go after, and I said this back when they had Andre Drummond, where like he was the best backup center for Embiid. If you could somehow bring Drummond back and make him the starter, then that's good, because he's a good rebounder. Now, he doesn't score a lot like Embiid, but he can get you your boards, he can pass the ball out, and then Maxey can just run like in 0.2 seconds to go up to the rim, or he could just pass it around. So it is possible, but they have to do it wisely.
Matthew?
I think this goes back to my Nick Nurse point. They have to keep him as a coach to have him properly formulate a team around Maxey. Again, I think I agree with Hunter that Embiid is gone after this season, and they'll have to get some significant either draft capital or salary to sign free agents and centers that could do what Joel Embiid did while he was on the Sixers. I don't think that's going to be a one season deal. I don't think any team's issues can be solved in one season. I mean, look at the New York Knicks. It took us how long to actually be decent again? I think this is going to be a process, no pun intended, that's going to last maybe 2 to 3 years. This is not an overnight fix, in my opinion.
I really like both of the points you guys made. I think you made some great points. Now, it's time for me to get into this conversation.
Oh, boy.
I got some things to say. I only watched one game of that Philadelphia Knicks series, right? And I watched the last game. And when I watched the last game, I noticed one thing in particular. Wow. The Knicks play hard every possession, every play. Their shooting guard is the second leading player in the playoffs in total rebounds. They have a point guard who is physical, who knows how to use his body to score. And he took advantage of that. When I watch the Philadelphia 76ers, it's very uninspired basketball. Very uninspired basketball. Almost as if they gave up. They played hard. But almost as if they gave up. And the reason why I say almost as if they gave up, because they started to play better once bench guys who are just straight energy guys came in and did their thing. Buddy Hield went off in Game 5. He was ridiculous. Nicholas Batum had a great game. Tyrese Maxey was nowhere to be found. Tobias Harris was already in Cancun. And Joel Embiid, he played good. But sometimes I question with Embiid if he can consistently play like an MVP when it matters most. When it matters most. And what do I mean by when it matters most? When a series is on the line, you got to go all out, baby. Hurt or not, injured or not, you got to do it. Because when you are in the upper echelon of sports, when you're in the upper echelon of the NBA, and you're being compared to the all-time greats, people are comparing him to Hakeem Olajuwon. Hakeem Olajuwon is the greatest defensive center that ever lived. Hakeem Olajuwon played an part of the NBA season during Ramadan. Dropped a triple-double. When you're compared to guys like that, the criticism is different. The criticism is different. That's why people don't hold back on Bron. That's why people don't hold back on KD. You got these snowflakes out here that get mad because people have these harsh opinions of play. No, it's not harsh. You get judged differently when you're known as one of the greatest. Because there are other greats that you're being compared to that have done more and done it better. So, Joel Embiid, I don't think really played like an MVP, like an all-time great this series. He played like one of the best players in the league. And that's not good enough. That's not good enough. That's not good enough anymore. That was cool 3 years ago when you were trying to get your MVP, but now you got your hardware. Now you got your hardware. You got to do something with it. I'd be saying the same damn thing about Jokic if they didn't win last year. Because it's looking scary right now. It's looking real scary for Denver.
Jokic wants to be back with his horses.
Yeah, and don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong. Jokic is a phenomenal player. Embiid is not on his level. As much as people love to compare. Embiid's not on his level. Jokic is one. Your biggest comparison in the league right now, your biggest competitor, he's won 3 MVPs, finals MVP. He got a ring. And he still has a shot this year. So with Joel Embiid, I think what he has to do, he has to make a decision this summer. It's either I'm going to ride this out, and when we go to the playoffs next year, I'm going to work on my body, make sure I'm healthy as possible. When I step into the next season, I'm going to be ready to play. Every game. I'm committed to playing every single game. And when we get to the playoffs, I'm taking this shit over. I'm going to show y'all why I was the MVP 2 years ago. Or, if he's done with Philly, request a trade, dude. You don't have to be too prideful. Everyone does it. Everybody does it. You won't be the first. Request a trade. Get out of there. Go somewhere where you can be happy. Go somewhere where you have a chance to win. Because you know, and I know, and the whole world knows, except for the dumbass niggas living in Philly, that the Sixers are not going to win an NBA championship anytime soon. They're not built for it. They're not. You can't win a championship when your superstar is always injured in big games, in big moments. You won't win. So, that's what it is. That's what it was. That's what it's going to be.
Can I get disrespectful now?
Whoa. Depends what your definition of disrespectful is. Like,
no, I gotta look at Hunter directly here. Hunter,
take the glasses off. I want to see this. Well, now put the glasses back on. Put the glasses back on.
Shut the fuck up. Listen, motherfucker, you've been talking a whole lot of shit these last couple weeks. I'm going to reiterate something to you that you said at the beginning of the season. You was done with the Sixers after that last playoff performance. We all heard it. It's recorded. And you know how I remember that? I'm the one that edits the fucking show. I got to hear that shit at least 3 times. 3 fucking times. All right? Now here you are talking all this shit about, Jalen Bussy Brunson. He's making these fouls that are illegal in the league, all this shit. Motherfucker, you've been supporting Josh Giddey on the motherfucking Oklahoma City Thunder. And then you want to come be disrespectful to me when I start finally being able to talk shit after 2 years of doing this show. 2 fucking years having to put up with Dante, with Mike, with you.
Whoa. What I got to do with this? What you say fuck me for?
You have to catch some shade too, because you're not entirely guilty. You're not entirely innocent. You're more innocent than Hunter, but you're not entirely innocent. So I don't want to hear none of this shit about, Jalen Brunson banging up on other defenders and all this shit. Motherfucker, you said you were done with the team. Why all of a sudden are you all so passionate about what Jalen Brunson does with your players, getting fouls? He's making... Hold on. I'm getting a little emotional. Hold on. Woosah.
Emotional.
Okay.
It's basketball. No need to cry over basketball.
Apparently not you, because you bitch ass has been crying for 2 weeks.
I can complain about it. I ain't cry about it.
I just I want to know why I'm catching strays. What the fuck I do to you?
Let's
What the
you
hell I
talk
do
some
to
shit.
you?
Well, you
Listen,
trying to have your own 1v20, Matt? What's up?
Shit? Did I talk shit or did I tell you the Knicks really were? Did I tell you exactly who the Knicks really were from an unbiased
at the time, yes. But now
Matt,
we're okay.
if they don't go to the finals, my opinion is still gonna be the same. If they lose this series, which they have a chance to, which I hope they don't, I want to see the Knicks go to the finals. I'll put that out. I want to see the Knicks go to the finals.
Here's the thing. I don't think the Knicks beat Boston. If Boston
they got
somehow
shot. They got a shot.
I don't think so.
Boston fake as hell.
We struggled against Boston all season, though.
Fugazi.
I don't know. I'll be
honest. Matt, I know how Boston gets in the playoffs. Fugazi. They ain't valid.
We'll see. We'll see about it.
Oh,
I'll hold you to that.
Boston? Please. The Bums, they ain't won a championship in 16 years.
Listen, your boy Colin might hear this episode. He's going to start coming after you.
You gonna start coming after me?
Because I know he was talking shit to you when the Lakers got out.
Yo, Colin, I'm just letting you know I'm on the podcast right now, bro. And
he's sending a voice message.
Are some bitches. All of them. Jason Tatum, Jaylen Brown, Derek White looks like a penis. Your head coach looks like a fourth-grade basketball coach. Fuck the Celtics. You think I give a damn? No. Fuck the
I know
Celtics.
you don't give a shit.
Celtics.
They're your mortal enemy.
Man, fuck you too. Yeah, I said fuck the Celtics, bro.
Hey, I only gave Josh Giddey his props in his rookie season when I bet on him to hit.
No. It's Josh Giddey.
No, fuck that. Josh Giddey. It was Josh Giddey 3 years ago when he was a rookie, and I only gave him props when I bet on him to hit a triple double, and he did that for me 3 times. I only gave him his props then. Since then, he's done nothing but fuck all and fuck a minor or 2 or 10. I don't know.
Hey man. We're supposed to have his back, okay?
No, we ain't. Who the fuck said that?
Supposed to have his back.
You have his back?
Yeah, I got his back. The fuck?
I mean, I don't know.
I listened to the story. All right. I read what was said, and I'm saying what was read. Then I'll be honest with you. I don't really think that Josh was in the wrong. He met the girl at a club. Now I'm being honest. No. I'm being real. Let's get all the jokes out the way. I'm not even trying to be funny right now. If you meet somebody at a club that has an age limit, as all clubs do, unless you're at a bar, at a Fridays or Applebee's, you would 99.99% of the time think that everybody in that establishment is within the age limit parameters. Wouldn't you? And you saw a pretty lady and you wanted to approach her and possibly have coitus. You would assume that person was of age. But then when it comes out that the person ends up not being of age, you become a villain. Yet, when police are trying to work with the said victim, they don't want no involvement. Sounds pretty shady to me, because if I had a daughter who was inappropriately approached by another male specimen who was not of age or older than he should be, aren't you going to be like, hey, and if it wasn't true, hey, listen, this is what happened. You hold your daughter responsible for her own actions behind closed doors. That's nothing to do with us. We don't need to know that. But to not cooperate at all and not at least debunk the story or, validate the story, kind of shady to me. That's real shady. And
no, I mean, I agree with. I do agree with you on that, because I remember this. They were not being cooperative, the family, about the whole situation, and For me, and I'm not saying you don't believe victims of any assaults or anything like that, but like when the story and the details start coming out and things are looking a little fugazi, you start to look at it objectively and question it a little bit, not being on either side of the story, just like looking at it as an objective observer.
Yeah. Yeah. No, it's true. That's true. That's true. Where the hell did Hunter go?
I don't know I think he's upset with me now.
No, fuck off. No, there's something going on my street. I had to peek for a little bit.
God. All right, guys. Listen, I have to go to my AAU tournament soon, but
All right.
I want to talk basketball real quick. Real quick. Something was on my mind, Matt. You reminded me, and you said it during your spiel, and I wanna harp on something you said, a point you made. All of you guys are gonna agree with me on this because it's a great point. Frank Vogel getting fired yesterday is exactly what's wrong with the NBA. Frank Vogel getting fired is exactly what's wrong with the NBA. It is. Too many coaches are not given a chance to build a program, build a culture. The only places you don't see coaches changes, no matter when contracts are up, there's no, who's going to be the next coach is in Miami and San Antonio. That's it. But all these other teams, every single year, it's always next best thing. How are you supposed to build a culture? How are you supposed to build rapport between the head coach and the star player? I think that's necessary. I really don't know a single championship team that's won where the head coach and the best player had a tumultuous relationship, a bad relationship. There was no beef, and if there was, they handled it like professionals. Because when you look back on teams like the Denver Nuggets when George Karl was coaching Melo, those teams were really, really good, but they did not like their head coach. That's a situation where the coach should have been gone. But what they do, they kept George Karl and let Melo go. I fucked the Denver Nuggets over for a couple years. But you got teams like Miami, where Eric Spoelstra has been there for almost 20 years now. Been in the organization for 30. Been part of the culture, been part of bringing the Miami Heat up from a startup franchise to, just building, being part of the process. That's important. But how are you supposed to build a team, build relationships, build a culture, anything, if you don't keep your coach, if you don't do that? It just doesn't make any sense. But you let players stay, you don't produce.
It's happening too often in sports in general, in my opinion. It's not even just happening in basketball. It's happening in football. It's happening in hockey sometimes.
Yeah.
I mean, coaches just aren't given a chance to build cultures. And it is what it is.
It's bad, man. It's bad.
I think the NBA has been the worst offender of this recently.
Oh, I looked at it different when what was that coach for the Raptors? Dwayne Casey? Was that his name? He won Coach of the Year, but they fired him before.
Fired him.
That's when I knew. All right, that was actually no. A few years before that, I knew the NBA was whack with its coaching when, Cavs had the best record. What was it? 2016, 2015, whatever. David Blatt was head coach. They fired him, and then the same day, Doug Collins, the worst or not Doug Collins. It was
Ty Lue took over for David Blatt.
Yeah. Brett Brown. It was Brett Brown for the Sixers. Coach of the worst team. He got signed to an extension. That's when I knew something was up with coaching in the NBA.
But you know what coaching scenario does not shock me at all? Doc Rivers losing with the Milwaukee Bucks.
Oh, I knew that was best record in the NBA. Let's get rid of our head coach. Hey, Doc, you doing anything? No, I'm just on ESPN trying to talk. I don't have a voice. You want to come coach for the Bucks? Oh yeah, man. Oh yeah. How much you pay me? I don't know. We'll pay you like $15 million a year. Oh, I'm in, man. And first round exit. Team tanks after he takes over as head coach.
You just gotta give the ball to Giannis. Gotta give the ball to Giannis.
Coach, Giannis ain't playing. He fucked up his Achilles.
Well, we got Chris Middleton and
Chris Middleton's hurt too.
Patrick Beverly.
Pat Beverly's too busy fucking up fans.
LA. You did a good job.
What? Coach, what are you talking about?
Give it to Dame. We gotta give the ball to Dame.
Dame's hurt too.
Fucking shit. What a fucking shit show the Bucks were at the end of the season. Oh, I knew this was gonna happen.
Hey man, shout out to Thanasis Antetokounmpo, man. He played his heart out that series. He played his heart out so much that he fucked up his Achilles. All 2 minutes that he came off the bench. Holy fuck. Talk about a wasted spot. My God.
Oh, I'm just hating. Just hating to hate. I love it.
Oh my God, that was funny.
Nah, bro, like what does he even do? What do you even do? Have you seen this man try to dribble a basketball and then do something on a basketball court?
He's a supportive teammate.
He's just there to cheer on his brother. That's all.
Might as well be the water boy for fuck's sake.
This is like the friend that is friends with the two that are in a relationship, and like he or she really wants to get in there, but they ain't
not
really
even third wheeling. He's like seventh wheeling.
They're not even really third wheeling. You know what I'm saying? Like he knows he wants to fuck.
He's third wheeling for the third wheeler.
He ain't ever gonna get the chance to fuck. We all know that. She ain't leaving him.
But he stays optimistic.
Yeah, he stays optimistic though. When he gets his chances, he fondles the ball a little bit. But all right, listen, guys.
Oh yeah, one more thing. You wanted to talk about your boy.
Wow, yeah, man. It's it's. I'm not gonna out any names or anything because I just keep information private. But I had a player of mine go through a very traumatic injury, and pray and hope that he makes it out and is able to continue his life to the fullest extent and be able to achieve all his dreams. It's very sad what happened to him. He is in the hospital in ICU getting the best care he can. He does need help, and what I'll do is I'll try to make sure we put that GoFundMe on our Twitter.
Yeah, send me the link to that. Yeah, send me the link. I'll put it on Twitter. I'll put it in the description of the episode, all that shit.
Listen, man, sports are dangerous. They're fun, but they're dangerous, and there's always a risk. There's always a risk. That's why anybody playing sports take your safety seriously, please. Like I'm not even trying to get preachy, but you want to have fun, but you want to be safe. You want to be safe. So if there's protective gear, if there is any way you can protect your body, whether it's through stretching or something you can wear, do it. Do it, man. Don't, because you never know what could happen. Never know what can happen, man. And this is a sad situation, but my prayers are up to his family. We're doing some things at the school to help his family out to make sure they could, give him the best care that he needs. But gotta stay safe out here, man. Gotta stay safe. Never know what can happen. Never know what can happen.
And of course, everybody at your school that you coach for, they know about the podcast. And I hope they see this and know that we at the Bromigos stand with them and send our prayers to that individual. So,
Indeed.
Shout out Rutgers Prep. And to end off on that morbid note, thank you guys for checking out episode 79, finally coming out of the Bromigos podcast. We appreciate the fact that you are here. You can find us on a multitude of different podcasting platforms like Apple, Spotify, Amazon, TuneIn, iHeart, Pandora, the whole 9 yards. Leave us a 5-star review or leave us a review at all, and we'll try and read your feedback live on air. Follow us on Twitter at Bromigos Pod, Instagram and Facebook, The Bromigos Pod, TikTok for all of our out-of-pocket clips, like plenty of those that we had today. You can follow us at the Bromigos Podcast. Who wants to talk about the YouTube? Even though we're not really as active on it as far as the YouTube goes, but who wants to who wants to say something about the YouTube?
Nobody watches YouTube anymore. Just get our likes up on TikTok. Just come on before they delete it. You know, let's get popping. You know what I'm saying? Let's act like it's the new year, baby. Let's get them likes up. Let's get them views up. Let's get them comments up. You want to be disrespectful in the comments? You know, I'm fine with it. I don't even give a damn anymore. I don't. I'm not even gonna say anything back. I'm gonna let you look stupid. But you know, have them views.
Which is what we normally do. Anyway. We don't even reply back to those fuckheads. Anyhow.
Mm-hmm.
And last but not least, Full Swap Radio is syndicating episodes of our show every Sunday at 10 a.m. Central Standard Time. Cole, shout out to you and your crew over there. We greatly appreciate you. Oh, by the way, let's all cheer on Dante. He didn't fucking lag once today.
Oh, yeah. I didn't even notice. Yeah.
Hey!
Hell yeah.
Editing this show isn't going to be a fucking nightmare for once.
Oh, hell yeah.
Thank you. Appreciate you. I do my best.
See y'all next week.
I'll hit the road, baby. Peace.
You've been listening to the Bromigos podcast.
Fuck you, and I'll see you tomorrow.
I beat her! That's okay! She'll be back. Another cuero? She'll love me anymore.